Hey guys, my name is Sediak, and welcome back to another episode of FoolTopia here in City Skylines. Guys, last episode we built our very own little or brand new farming industry, not district. Started to provide a lot more jobs for the other side of the island in our city, and it's still underused. I'm gonna add in a few more production buildings and stuff like that, but we're slowly getting there. Now, we've been focusing heavily on jobs and residential lately in the last couple of episodes, so I want to take a little step back. I want to give all of our residents of FoolTopia somewhere where they can go to relax and enjoy life in the beautiful islands that is FoolTopia. And in this episode, we're going to focus on building our little national park. Is it called a national park or national park reserve? Whatever it may be. And I know you guys have been asking for it and where to pull it, and if you've already been asking for it, you probably already know where it's going to go. But we are going to be placing it up in the mountains and making sure it goes past all the cool little landmarks like the castle, these little kind of outback buildings which look kind of creepy and scary. There's a few others little dotted around as well. There's like one up here. There's a nice little rock there, like an ancient, like Stonehenge. We can go up to as well, but we're gonna find a way to how we get up there, which can be quite cool. I might do like a small little service road, which is the long route to get to it, and then what I'd like to do is do the chairlift kind of method to transport people up there as well. But we'll get onto that in just a moment, because there's a few things I want to kind of take a look at and fix before we progress. Now, the first thing I want to do is add a few more production buildings over here. They're complaining about there's not enough raw materials. They're complaining about there's not enough buyers for the products that they have. It's a vicious cycle that we've got going on at the Cold Ridge Farm area. Now, we are importing a lot of goods. So I think the first thing to do, and the main thing to do, is basically up our production levels. So what we're going to do is, let's go to our industry section. Let's go to the farming. Is that the farming? No, this is the farming here. And we're going to take the medium crop farms, and I'm going to kind of pause the game just for a second, and I'm going to drop in as many as I can fit along there. We'll go for the different like sapling ones as well, right against the edge, and then I'll go for, do we need any more animal pastures? I don't think we do just yet, but I'll kind of just fill up to that just there, and then we'll switch up what some of these do. So that's greenhouse, then we'll go corn there, we'll go corn there. Over here we'll go apples, and leave those two to oranges. So we got a few more production buildings for the farm, and I just need to, if I kind of delete that a little bit, that almost reaches over to providing the power. There we go. So we'll see how that goes on, providing more production, then obviously stops us from importing, which we currently are importing some of it right now, and we'll go to the production buildings, and then we can use it to do whatever we want. Granted, they don't have a really good expiration. What am I talking about? Export area to get the goods out. So that's something we need to solve a little bit later, but I'm trying to minimize some of the issues at the moment. My next few issues I want to take a look at is some of the traffic that I've been seeing dotting around. Now, there's not that much right now, but a lot of people are coming out here and then obviously doing the turns, and I have seen it at times back up some traffic. And we do have a really good island which can get the traffic out of this area a lot easier. And this is what I'm meaning here. When the vehicles want to turn in that way or turn out that way, it slows the traffic down on the highway. So what I'm going to do is, I'll pause it for a second. We're saying that you can't do the left-hand turn there, and you can't do the left-hand turn there. You kind of get it? So if you're coming down here, you can't cut across to kill off the traffic. And same here, you can't cut across to kill off traffic. It merges that way. If you want to turn in from this direction, we've got a perfectly good roundabout intersection just further up the road that they can use. So I'm hoping that solves some of the traffic issues I've been spotting there recently. And then when you get that little window there where there's no traffic, a lot of vehicles can then come out. And until it updates, a lot of them are going to make that turn. But another one I've seen is just over here, because we create this little shortcut route here. They use this, and again, these are bad examples because we have no traffic coming down whatsoever. But I want to do the same thing over here too. If you wanted to come down here and do the right hand turn, come off at this junction here. That's basically what I'm trying to get them to do. It's bad examples because when I first loaded the save game up, there was loads there. Now they're not. It's not good. Also, this We'll do the right-hand turn there, and that is a straight over road. There we go. So we're still going to make these guys turn that way, because obviously they need to be able to get in there at some point. But it's mainly the big bulk of traffic we had coming down here. But you don't see it at this point, but I have noticed it. So we'll see how that goes over time. Right, there's a couple of issues I wanted to take a look at for now. And we'll see over time if they did any good. You can see here we got the big bulk traffic just trying to come out. Maybe upgrade this into a highway road. And we can form the traffic out a bit better. Or maybe I don't want to upgrade this road. It's a shame. I need to get the mod where you can have like the highway road, but 2 lanes on one and 1 lane on the other. That's kind of what you need in this area. It is kind of what you need. But we'll just kind of see how it goes. If it's too much, I might just kill off that whole connection, have it being an inlet road, and have them all exit that way. That's one way to solve it. But I'll give it a benefit of a doubt right now, just to let it sort itself out before we see anything changes. But yeah, let's take a look at our little national park then. So, I need to first take a look at where I'm going to have the entrance and where we're going to allow the road or the drivers to kind of come from. And then we're going to have like the chairlift route. So there's a lot that we have to throw into this. The first thing I should do is zone the area for our park. So it's going to be quite big just because I don't know where I'm going to place all the path. Once I've built it all up, we'll then get rid of some of the zoning where I don't need it to be. So there we go. That's all of it right there. It's called the Hamilton Meadows. We'll change that unless you guys want to give me some name suggestions in the comment section for what we could call this park. Now, I'm going to pick one of the flatter areas. I might do a little bit of terraforming just so I can get a nice solid flat area. And I think I'm going to pick this little middle spot. So let's just kind of pause. And then we'll take the terrain. Oh, let me do the brush size first. We'll take, let's say, that kind of level. And I'll make the brush size a little bit bigger. Just for the sake of, we can add in our little kind of entrance point, the car park and stuff like that. And then we're going to slightly smoothen it all off. That's a big ridge. I don't know whether to have that flattened. Yeah, I'm going to flatten it so they can overlook it. And then we'll just smoothen a little bit more off around the edges. It's a nice little spot here. So this is where the entrance would be. We're probably going to have to get rid of that rock just for now. And we have to find that is such a cool little overlook. Yeah, it overlooks the industrial area, but the view from up here, looking around, is going to be so damn good. Right. Anyway, let's start then with the road. Now we're going to have like a small service road. I might make it come down here. We'll terraform it, join up the highway there. But that's the only physical drivable road to get to this area. Then the pedestrian road or the pedestrian way is going to be by the it's not a cable car. What's it actually called? Is it called a cable car? It is, yeah. Okay, there we go. So let's sort this out then. I want a nice road. So I think I'm going to pick the one with trees, or I might go for the big boy one, because I also need to place down like a car park too. So I might have... No, we're actually going to keep it nice and simple there. And what we'll do is we'll do a road going across like that. And then I'll place down now in the park area the car park, so we can get a feel. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get a feel for how we're going to be approaching this. So come up to there, up to there, and up. So that was up by 5. So technically that should be just right, and it is. Oh, that's not going to play ball, is it? Okay, right, let me go up to that point. There we go. Delete again. There we go. So what basically that is the car park to our little national... Is it a national... I don't even know what it's actually called. I can't think of it at the top of my head. So it's actually called... Is it a nature reserve? Where is it? It's here. Yeah, it's the nature reserve. Come on, Signac, get a grip. And we'll place the entrance on this side. So congratulations, we've already unlocked some stuff for it, which is already pretty good. They can do camping up here as well, which is going to be nice. So that is our entrance to this area. So before I expand on it, we need to figure out how, one, we get in vehicles up here, and two, how we get in the residents up here as well, if they don't drive. So we'll first pick a road central point. Is that the central point? No. I don't suppose we're really going to have one, are we? Unless I take it from here to there. And then I have to do some windy business to get it down. Which means, if I pause again, we'll bring the terraforming out. Is that in the smoothing tool? Yeah. Let's add that brush size. If we can bring it out a bit. So I can make it not as steep. I don't know how much we'll get away with that. We have to do like a bendy road going down. I think the road itself will terraform the mountain. And I think we'll go with the bendy road. So let's say it came bending down here. And then... Right, this will be our... I like the dips and stuff. That's what I really like about this. I'll put the anarchy on anyway. As we just cut into this mountain a little bit. Now that's the one thing I don't like about anarchy, is you get all that jagged road. So when it comes to this bump here, which we'll take from there, we'll actually do our own terraforming. So let's bring the brush size down. Let's flatten it a little bit. And we'll take this point here. So we'll go around the edge of the mountain here. But we do need to kind of bring it down dramatically. So let's bring the brush size out. Trying to bring that in. And we'll pick about there. So you got to kind of do it in levels. So we stagger it down like that. We're creating like some steps. So do these like mini platforms going on. And take a chunk there and do it here. Take a chunk there and do it here. Take a chunk there and do it about here. You see these levels now getting a lot lower. Up until this point where you'll be able to fly it down. So you can see the little S that we're creating. So then this is where now we have to make sure it all plays ball. There we go. So it looks a little bit weird. But hopefully it will do the job. Let's take the anarchy off them. So we go to here, which comes over to this point. Which we turn. We almost had it then. Alright, bring it to there. Right, this is working. This is actually working, and I'm quite shocked. Right, that's actually quite cool. We just have to smoothen the terrain out, but it's not as bumpy as you would expect it to be. There is little areas where we can kind of slightly adjust. There we go. We are going to have bumps though, because we are going up a hill. That's actually pretty cool. So, with the smoothing tool then, or not the smoothing tool, not the smoothing tool just yet. We pick the little levels and we create little ledges to begin with first. So the little ledge, we stick the ledges out a little bit more than what you would, want them to be, because then when you use the smoothing tool pushes it in a little bit more. Right, there we go. So that's looking pretty cool here. Let's bring it out a bit more. And then we'll take it from here as well. Oh, no, too far. Just gotta like click and push out, click and push out. And I think that's okay on this side. Just bring it out here a bit. So then when you've done that, the smoothing tool then, as you can see now, like it just sorts the edges out. But because we kind of brought it out more dramatically than it needed to be, when it smoothens it off, we'll just smoothen this barrier right here a bit more. You can see how it then comes together. Right, we've done that one. It's got to focus on this one. So you kind of just skim the edges on the bigger ones. And then do the same just here. And how does that look? So you're going to have the little dig in the mountains and stuff like that, but that's kind of cool. I like that. Now that's the drivable route to get up to here. That is the drivable route. And it's not going to be busy anyway, so you haven't got to worry about it the traffic being too heavy on it. Alright, let's pick a connection from it. There we go. So you shouldn't see too much traffic come off this at all, because it is quite a way out. And I kill that off a bit there. There we go. And that hooks it all up. So that's quite a cool little road, which I really like. Now we got to get away for the actual residents to get up here. So when it comes to the cable cart situation, there is technically like two stops. There's the one which is an end stop, and then there's one it's like a continual stop. So we need to pick the end stop. So I'm thinking we go literally opposite it there, and it all comes down to where do I place this next one. I know there's a couple of connections for bus routes there, 2 subway stop connection routes here, so the ideal location would be somewhere around here. I have thought about literally placing it here, but I don't know where the cable car line will progress through. Or I could have it maybe like here somewhere, or on the end there, or kind of facing this way, so then it goes up here, crosses over, and then follows this line going up to there. Otherwise, if I had it here, it will come along here. I'll have to delete some of these houses for it to then progress over, and then will the climb at that point be too high? I think it's more natural to go up that way. Yeah. Right, okay. Let's see how this is going to go. So I placed it there. It does mean getting rid of that building. And I will de-zone this little area. So that house disappears. And then with this, we then have to make it start going up. And you can't put bends on this as well. That's something else I've kind of noticed. So why don't we make it go up the center? Right, I'm going to pause. No, actually, no. I was going to pause then in case we took out the electric pylon, but we're okay. And then I make it go across that little valley. Then we're going to make it go up this. So if I do one there, one there. And that connects, believe it or not. A little bit weird. It kind of spans around a little bit, but it will do our job. And it's in a location away from the beaten, like the main road. So pedestrians either come off from this subway stop here or the bus stop there and just walk over to it. Again, very accessible, which is what I really like. And now we just got to give them a reason to come up to this point, don't we? So first things first, let's just kind of place down our little water. And this, can this be something as simple as doing this? Yeah. So it has the water, it just won't have the electricity just yet. But I will drop down our little solar panel car parking areas. So if I get these either side, we'll do one there and then one there. Just to kind of give it that tiny bit of power. We then have to now create the paths for our beautiful little nature reserve. It is a nature reserve, right? Yes. So let's do the main focal points. We're going to have one that will go around the outskirts of this little castle, which is quite nice. I'm also making sure that I don't destroy it, because that would be bad news. That's what I like about this game. They put that stuff in, and if you delete it, it's gone. It's like real life. So we've got that there. We'll also do it it goes past the scary spooky house, as what I'm going to call it right now, which will obviously lead up to this area. There's little cut-ins there. It's going to be such a cool area. I mean, we'll place down little camping sites here, there, and everywhere. And then we need to be able to get up to this. So what's not too dramatic? Would that be too dramatic? Do you know what? Yeah, yes and no. It is quite dramatic, but at the same time, no, it's not that dramatic. So that's where the softening of the terraforming comes in. It's like, yeah, you can smooth it as much as you want, but there is points where you're going to want to be able to put a dent into it. So let's go a little bit crazy there, and then pick another level. Yeah, we do it in steps, and then you spam click to smoothen it, and you get something that's a little bit more natural. It looks like this section here that does now, but then the path is able to navigate down it a lot easier. And there's a big ridge over there as well, which will be cool for something. Just don't know what yet. But we'll make it kind of go up and around it. I could fill that with water. Would that be too weird? I don't know. There is a little building over here. I don't know whether to leave that as it is, though, not go down to that just yet. No one's coming over here yet, are they? No. I should really have paused the game. Right, I want to be able to get to access this point, but I've got to be really careful of this point as well. Because that is something that I could destroy very easily. It's also, how am I going to get to it? Now, what I could do is place a bridge across it. Which is not very straight. Alright, let's do it this way. So if I started here, I wanted the bridge to go across there. But that is my issue. Well, if I did it to there. And to there. So that is technically connected on that side. That would be like one of the main attractions to this area. Is the big bridge. Well, I have that kind of... It's one of those like scary paths that you kind of walk past. And can I get that to go through it? I mean, I know I can use the Anarchy tool. But that's not what I want to try and do. Am I really going to try and push it up here? Well, it definitely worked. There we go. It definitely worked. That is one hell of a hiking trail. I will say that right now. That is one hell of a hiking trail. And, right, let's make that straight for there. And let's continue where this is going to go. So we'll have this kind of follow the point up. I will smoothen out some of these paths as well. Right, there we go with the path. So you can see where it's kind of going right now. We have a nice little spot at the top there. A little trail down there. Nice little spot here, which I will create. We will create these little... Think of them as little island roundabouts. There's one there. There's one there. One there to kind of walk back on. We'll also then create larger little ones where you connect in the middle. As short routes. We'll get one that kind of just digs into this little valley. Nothing special from it. It's where we're going to have a little camping area. Like that. And then we connect like that. This can come off and connect into there. And then that's how you go on and... Well, we can actually also do it here as well. That's how you then go on and navigate this whole place. And then we'll have a nice little circle just here too. And they're the points of this whole area. We'll expand upon it on time as we add more and more stuff in. Let me know what I should do about this area. Should I fill it with water? I mean, I won't do it now, but that's something we could potentially do. But I want to first look at them. Well, only one entrance to get in anyway, so we'll keep it as that. We also have like these main gates. What's that there? Nature Reserve main gate. Small Nature Reserve main gate. Just a smaller version. And then we have like campfire sites. Campfire. Okay. Right, let's start with the campfires first then. Do I need these to be... Yeah, near the path areas. So if I do one there... One there. So we drop a little small little campfires down. And let's switch up to these ones as well. Just on our little circle areas. Just down here as well. And I won't do it up there. We'll get some tents down right now. Alright, I think it's just best to do each campsite area one by one. We've got the medium ones. And we've got the slightly larger ones. You got to look at unlock everything after, over time as well. So that's what I mean by we'll come back to it. We'll do up here next then. So we'll start with the larger ones this time. I'll get more of these on the inner because it's probably a little bit more scarier to be overlooking the edge. Unless you get these bigger ones who are feeling slightly braver. And drop a load of the small ones in there. How does that look? Nice! That's going to be such a cool little camping spot. Okay, we'll do this one up here then. See, it's not as good as we can make it out to be eventually, because we've got to unlock a lot of the stuff. And that's what I've got to remember, because I can't, you know, get blindsided by what I'm doing. And then think, oh, it's going to be terrible, it's looking terrible. I've got to remember, I've got to unlock a lot of the stuff. So get some of the medium ones down. There we go, a few little campsites and tents there. And then we'll finish off this one as well. Now this one's more like intimate, in a sense where it's in this smaller range. So we get a couple of these down. That's the medium ones, by the way. And the larger big boys down. There we go. And we'll keep it like that for now then. So that is our little nature park. These little windy roads look a little bit weird. So I think I'll slightly adjust these a bit more. There we go. So I want to create those little denting in bits, if that makes sense. So add a little bit more detail to the area. It might be one too many roads, but it will all come together eventually. Let's actually get rid of that. Right, that's better. That's better. And we'll make that one end there. I could do this all day, terraforming. Sometimes I gotta remind myself, Senek, you gotta stop right now, you got other things to do. But we'll keep it like that. We'll keep it like that. So what I want to do now then is get some rocks in, which are gonna be some focal points to the area. So I want some large ones. I like this one because it creates that little cave in a way. And I always like doing those, and I need to put the Anarchy on for this. I always like doing these as like tunnels or something that they walk through, which is quite cool. The entry points are over the bridge. I like that. And the same goes for this as well. I want to like in various little spots. The first thing you walk through as you enter the nature reserve is these glorious rocks that you walk through. And then we'll just do large ones every so often as they walk past them. Adds to the decor. And again, it's something that will progressively add on to as time goes on. It's not something I want to do a lot of now. But I just want to get a few little bits and bobs in. This is going to show you where we're going to be heading with this. We also have like, I mean, I think these are a bit too far. That creates like a huge wow. If I place that there, it's like there's a huge hole. Okay, hole. There we go. Hole. I can't even say words right now that they look down into. And I feel like we need another one of those somewhere else. Would that be too much placing it here? That's like where the whole camping site is based on. That little hole going in. That's actually quite cool, isn't it? And quite scary at the same time. These nice little cut through ones. Which, if I can get this at the right angle. Or maybe not that one. Does that look too out of place up there? Do you know what? It doesn't know. And there's a nice hole there. It's like, that's, you know, the vanity points that they will go to camp around and be around. Then we have like all the old prison stuff as well. And I feel like we'll just get one more in. Just there as they walk around it. And maybe just like a little one over here. Do we have any little ones? Oh, there's little rocks. No, that's a bit too small. A bit bigger maybe. Alright, let's go for those there. I get dropped in just there. So, just little things that they can walk past and go through, which can be quite cool. Well, let's put the game into play mode then. And see if we can actually get anybody going up there. Will we spot anybody? I mean, the big point you'll see is if people start flocking to this. So, we'll fast forward. And let's give our residents time to understand it exists. Okay, we've got a few going in right now. He's going in. 2 have gone in at this point. Will any more make it? 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, there's a couple on their way, but you just got to give them time to kind of progress and get over there. We haven't had any vehicles arrive up here yet. It is quite a long way out to get to that stage, but that's kind of what I wanted, because I want them to use the cable cars. So, where's the name for it? There we go. So, no one's entered just yet. It's fairly cheap to go into as well. There you go, people. There we go. Look at that. I'm starting to see there we go. A lot more people on there. This is probably the only thing that they can enjoy in FoolTopia at the moment, isn't it? Haven't got anything else added in, but we've had 32 people being served in the last area. There's a load of them coming down right now. Are they going to the cable cart? Yes. Oh man. Wait till we get the big bulk of them who come from the subway lines. So, are we seeing anybody now? Yeah, there's a few people. Oh yeah, walking down. People are now entering, which is really good. How many visitors have we had up to this point? 5. That's still good though. I mean, it is quite a long way out, and they've got to travel to get there. But time will bring them over. It's quite a cool thing we've added in. Right, how is the traffic issue over here right now? Is it starting to mellow out a bit? I mean, you're having more people on the roundabout. That's a given. Well, that's where it needs to probably be a larger roundabout. Or we say, like, because obviously this lane also here goes straight over. That is the only turning lane there. So we're pretty much saying, get into your lane. Like this goes both ways. This goes both lanes. That turns in. That goes both lanes. So you can merge into the way you need to go, which is semi-solved some of it. I won't do to all of it, because you still need that lane where they can merge into properly. But it's got rid of a small bulk of the traffic, but we'll see how it ticks along again. That seems to be okay, and this area down here seems to be holding up just okay. It means a funnel more traffic over there, but it seems to hold it. We definitely need to look at this, though. Because this is not how I would like it. We'll do something different with this, because there is traffic building up. But I'll save that for another episode. We're getting a lot more people go over here right now. The car park for it's quite full. We've had 80 people use it. The great thing is we charge them twice, because if they go there, They have to buy a ticket for the cable cart. And then they've got to get home. So they're going to then get a ticket back. I've just seen a couple of vehicles up here. Which is cool. So yeah, you will get the odd few people who will drive up here. Anybody made it across the rickety bridge yet? Oh yeah, someone did because they're walking up there. It's scary, guys. It's scary. Anybody up here? Not yet. That one person's walking. Anybody else going across it? Are we just on our own right now? Oh, there's someone in the distance. No, they're going that way across. So how many people had visit right now? What? 337? 340 people? Oh my goodness me. I didn't know it was going to be so heavily used, which is good. Because it means people are going to be exploring, visiting, enjoying it. It's a great addition to the city. It adds that additional leisure. Does that mean we're going to be making money off the cable carts? It's such a long way, so I don't feel like we ever would. But cable carts, profit, no. No. I wish we could charge or change the price of the tickets for a cable cart. But it's just another great way to get people using it. And could you imagine the views that they'll have? Still won't recognise for our Academy year. Do you imagine the views that they'll have going down the cable cart? It'd be freaking glorious, wouldn't it? So good. But obviously, with them getting off there, they'll either jump on a bus or the subway line, so it might bring us more money for those two. You never know. You legit never know. But anyway, guys, I think we're going to end it for here. If anything you want me to see me work on in the next coming episodes, let me know in the comment section down below. How is Cold Ridge Farm doing right now? 4,000 profit. We're still importing some stuff. But I do need to set up some ways in which we can use more goods. So there's not enough buyers for the products. So it's stuff like, you know when you go to the factories, like the unique factories, that's warehouses, sorry. Like the bakery, that will use all the goods from the farming area. And that will then give them more buyers for the products. That's what we kind of need to have a look at. University of FoolTopia. Still unrecognized, but it just actually upgraded as we spoke. As time goes on, more and more people should get there. What is the education like now in the city? Where is the education? Yeah, 45% highly educated. That's really good. Oh! We've upgraded National Park too. Right, that's all the stuff we'll look at next episode anyway, guys. But for now, we've got it in. Give me some name suggestions in the comment section down below as well. How many people got up here? Can I spot anybody? Anybody walking across the bridge? Not yet. Sad times. But there is quite a few people in here, isn't there? Let me just quickly check. We've had 500 visitors already. Good times. Freaking good times. But anyway, guys, until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.